Hi, my name is Kim Wong, and I am a senior at Tufts. I'm here to share with you some of the information regarding policy changes that are happening on our campus regarding alcohol and event programming. Now, in light of recent events, because of alcohol abuse and poor behavior at events, the administration has banned alcohol, modified protocol, and even canceled events. Now, some of these you may or may not have heard of already being changed. They include Fall Ball, Winter Bash, and Senior Pub Nights. Now, I am also making this video to urge you, as fellow students, to voice your opinion so that we may have a direct influence on these policy decisions before they're actually made. And I think that Spring Fling is next. It is definitely on the minds of the administrators, and they're very, very fearful that behavior that has happened in the past will get worse. And what they want to do is possibly cancel the event altogether, or at the very least, ban alcohol. Now, I think this is a precaution of theirs that does have some value. Eliminating the variable of alcohol is usually a simplification of a problem and makes it easier. The problem, I believe, is that it is an oversimplification in that people will end up pre-gaming more, and the actual impact on students' safety and health, which is the goal here, will not actually be attended to. I think it will actually make things worse if you eliminate alcohol from the equation, because we know students drink regardless if they are allowed to or not, and we have to take that into consideration. So I am suggesting that we take a more proactive, more creative approach on solving these problems and reducing these casualties at these events. Now, one idea I have, I'm going to present to you now. I'm thinking for Spring Fling, why don't we have something else to expand upon the current event rather than taking away aspects of the event? For instance, why doesn't Spring Fling become something like Spring Fling Festival, where it's more of a carnival-esque situation, and we have things like games, food, prizes, competition. I think we can incorporate those things in a way that makes Spring Fling Festival a successful event that is geared more towards these things that you actually do instead of this culture behind drinking to excess beforehand. In addition, we could even have a Spirit Week leading up to the actual event. And Spirit Week is something I used to do in high school. You may or may not have done this before your high schools. But basically, it's a set of competitions between the classes, freshmen, sophomore, juniors, seniors, and they usually entail either can drives, food can drives, where each class gets a certain number of points for the amount that they donate as a class, which is a great thing that we can do. Tug-of-war competitions, penny wars, if you ever heard of that, another way to fundraise for causes or for your class council even. And I think it would increase school spirit, which is something that I don't think is usually as strong here at Tufts, but I think Spring Fling Festival could be a very, very positive and amazing way to kind of bolster that and foster those ideas rather than focusing on these negative things that take away from our events. So those are two of my major suggestions, and I would love for the students to petition that I've made below. It's a form, just fill it out. The thing is, these policy decisions are made very quickly, and we usually hear about them after the fact. And the reason being that administrators are worried that it won't get passed if they wait too long, so they start to do it earlier. But I think it is important that we're aware of these things and that we actually have an influence on them. I meet with these administrators almost every week, and they have told me that these ideas are floating around, banning events or banning alcohol at the very least. So I wanted to show them that students do care, and it is on our minds as well as theirs that these things matter, and that we cannot accept any more casualties from alcohol abuse, and nor can we accept anything worse than that. I fear that it will actually develop into something worse if we don't change these things now, because they absolutely need to change. So I ask you to petition down below on this website, and tell me if you would like to have, or if you think that it would work, banning alcohol at Spring Fling, or if we should try to move towards this idea of Spring Fling Festival, and if you would welcome an idea like Spirit Week to be incorporated into our year at some point, and maybe leading up to Spring Fling Festival. Now, these things aren't set into stone. None of them are, fortunately, and that's why I'm bringing it to you, to ask you your opinion and to get an idea of where we can go from here. But I think we need to start to move away from this idea that banning alcohol is a panacea, a solution for all of these problems. I don't think that's true. We need to impact our health and our safety in a way that is actually effective. So please fill out the form and submit your petition. And also, if you have any suggestions, any other ideas, please feel free to email tuftspolicypetition@gmail.com. I greatly appreciate your support and your voice and your opinions representing our class and our school. So thank you for your time.